Hey everyone, this is Towelliee with TGN, and it's time to make another UI video because 85% of my inbox messages, in-game messages, YouTube messages, fucking emails, mail sent to my home, everything is just Towelliee UI this, Towelliee UI that. Obviously, people don't have the brain capacity to go out and look for the answers by themselves or do a simple search on our TGN channel for my other UI videos. So I'm going to go a little more in-depth in this one. Right here, I have a list, printed it out just for you guys, of the add-ons that I use every day. You hear it? Fucking paper right there. UI, all right? And I'm going to actually go through each one, each add-on that I have, and what it does. So let's see here. Let's go over number one. Number one is Atlas Loot. I'm going by alphabetical order, by the way. Atlas Loot's up here. It will create a little mini map. Bing. Atlas Loot basically tells you all the loot off of all the bosses in every instance, whether it be, you could choose over here, select your module, classic, WoW. Let's say you want to know Blackwing Lair. Let's say you want some, vanity items. Let's go, let's see, Red Dragon Scale Protector, go Paladins. The Untamed Blade, very cool looking weapon. I used to love it back in the day. I had it. Nice. Nefarian has some cool items too. Trinkets, nice trinkets. That's good. Okay, so that's what Atlas Loot does. So let's say right now in Cataclysm, what our raid leader does is he basically tells us before you come into the fucking instance, know what loot you need and what you don't need in case I need to replace people and he says, all right, what DPS does not need this boss? And then 2 or 3 DPS will be like, oh wait, I gotta check the loot for this boss to see if I need it. He'll get mad and he'll be like, look, you fucking retards, next time, know what loot you need, know what bosses you do and don't need, and let me know. So for instance, I'd be like, all right, well, I need Blackwing Descent, Nefarian. I would like, this, I don't even know how to pronounce this. Akmin Kurai Dominion Shield. Okay, whatever. It's a tank shield. I'd be like, I need this item right here. You can also switch between heroic and non-heroic mode, so you can see the stats on the gear. Okay, so this is basically what Atlas Loot does. Even for heroics, let's say you guys want to gear up your tanks and you don't know what gear is in each dungeon. You can go to go to Cataclysm, go to Grim Batol, and be like, all right, well, it'd be nice if I had the let's see, where's that tanking weapon? If I had the Mace of Transformed Bone from the last boss of Grim Batol, so I could start tanking with it. It's like little things like that Atlas Loot is really good for. It also gives you your PvP rewards, crafting, blacksmithing. It can tell you what you can make with blacksmithing. You can make yourself a wish list, okay? Make yourself a wish list of what you want, and, it's there. Collections, world events, all this type of shit. So that's Atlas Loot for you, okay? Atlas Loot, very, very helpful. Doesn't take up too much memory, I don't think. Nah, not too much. Okay, so let me scratch that off the list. There we go. I have an add-on called Atramedes, and let me see if it lets me do this in here. Atramedes. Yes, it does. Okay, so over here, I have this little window, right? I'm going to unlock it. It's called Atramedes. There's a boss, Atramedes, in Blackwing Lair. Blackwing Descent for Cataclysm. And basically, it's a boss, and during the fight, he does a lot of abilities to you, and you gain what we call sound. The more sound you have, the worse it is. So it's really bad if you have sound. If you have 100% sound, he's going to turn to you and one-shot you. And he's the Blind Dragon, by the way, if you guys want to know the normal name for him. You might recognize him as the Blind Dragon. So this Atramedes add-on, instead of having that stupid little add-on here, the little circle in the middle of your screen that tells you your sound, this add-on will just basically put out the percentage of who has the most sound in the raid. It's very useful if you're watching, if you're a raid leader, GM, and you're in charge of watching that type of shit. All right, that's out of the way. Bartender 4. Oh my god. Actually, I don't get that many questions about Bartender 4. I mean, so many fucking people ask me more about like the scrolling combat. Oh, I'll get to that later. But Bartender 4 is basically an action bar mod, which you can see is this right here, where all my abilities are. Now, to modify it, it's pretty simple. I'm not going to go 100% into how to use everything, but I do /BT4, which is universally how you would access any add-on. Usually /name of the add-on will bring it up, and you can go look at the options for that add-on. To move around, you could just hit, there's a lock button here, and there's a button lock. Now, obviously, if I uncheck button lock, that means that if I go like this, I can move the abilities. Okay, now if I lock it, can't move anything. Nothing moves. Nothing moves. Nothing moves. Nothing moves. Now, when I hit lock, it's going to unlock everything. Once it's unlocked, you're able to move these bars around, okay? As you can see here, it says bar 1, bar 2, bar 3. All right, there you go. Bar 1, bar 2, bar 3. Now, let's say I wanted to edit bar 3. All right, so bar 3 is where my main abilities are key binded there, okay? So scale is the size of the bar. So right now it's 1.25. If I want to make it bigger, scale it bigger. Whoa, look at that. Ain't that cool? So let's put it back to 1.25 before I forget. Buttons, maybe you don't want to see all 12 buttons. Maybe you just want to see 3. Maybe 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, you know. Button grid, that's this part. Ooh, hold on. Bring it back here. Button grid basically show you the background outlining. So let's lock it here. Let's move some of my buttons around. By the way, you can also, even if it is locked, if you shift left click an ability, it will actually move it out. You see how this is black back here? It has like a nice little outlining and everything. If I were to hit, let's get rid of this, button grid, let's see what happens. You see how right now there's no grid back there? You hit it, and now it fills up the space. It's preference, really. It really doesn't matter. It's whatever people want. But yeah, you could play around with these settings on your own. What I do like is key bindings. So you can either use key bindings through a few methods, okay? You can either go to key bindings and set everything here, which is pretty gruesome, and I don't know, I just don't like doing it that way. Now let's go back to bartender. We're gonna go /BT4 bartender. We're gonna go key bindings. Now we're able to set our key bindings. And how do you do this? Hover your cursor over the button you want to key bind. Like right here, this is Q. It's telling me right here, BT4 button 25, whatever it is. Don't even read that part. It's Q. I have my Avenger Shield binded to Q. If you want to unbind it, press escape to clear all bindings. Here we go. I'm gonna hit escape. That's it. There's nothing there anymore. That means I just unbinded Avenger Shield to, I mean, right now it's nothing. I'd have to click it for it to actually be, be an ability. Now, if I want to give it any sort of bind, I hover my cursor back over the ability. Let's say I want it to be, let's just do Q again. Q. Escape. Nothing. E. So basically, whatever ability you want to keybind to a key, you just hover over the ability and press the key. If you want to do modifiers, this is Control R. So all you have to do is hover over the cursor, hold down Control, press R, and it'll put it right there. Very simple. This is how you set up your key bindings. Okay, that's how I set up my key bindings. I don't know how you people do it. You guys might do it through the actual key binding section that I showed you before. Let's hit OK. So that's basically Bartender 4. You would unlock it to move around all your bars, make them bigger, make them smaller. Set your little key binds through the key binding section. So that's out of the way. Next on the list is Bigwigs. Oh boy. This is Bigwigs right here. I'm going to turn it on. Bigwigs is basically my raiding boss mod. Excuse me. Ooh, that was good. What's going to happen is during any encounter, there's abilities. Let's say, for instance, Argoloth in Barradin Hold. He does Fell Firestorm. So let's see if we can find him here. Hopefully there's a... I don't think there's a cooldown for it, but where is Bigwigs? Man, I haven't messed with these settings in a while. Configure. People use boss mods. People use DXC. There's a whole bunch of shit that people use. I'm just going to hit test. So basically, I set up so my bars for my boss mod are over here. Test will show me what it's going to look like when the boss has an ability and it's about to happen. So these are just examples, by the way. This isn't, these are like using my own abilities to give examples. And then you get messages at the top. Once something's about to happen, you'll start getting the information, as messages. So emphasize bar, messages are here for me. So over here, you would see something like Fury of Cho'Gall, 10 seconds left. And when it's about to happen, you're going to see it here. Oh my God, Fury of Cho'Gall is about to happen, and then you know how to react to it. But that's a normal boss mod. I mean, anyone should be able to understand that. If you don't know how to, fix your own boss mods, I suggest you download the easy ones like Deadly Boss Mods and just configure it on your own, okay? You get little dings and noises and shit. All right, let's get rid of that. Let's turn that off. How do you turn it off, actually? I don't know. Anyway, all right, ACP. I think at first I was like, what's ACP? And I think ACP is this, Add-on Control Panel. So basically, instead of hitting Escape and turning off add-ons, I can basically just click any add-on here. This is like looking at your add-on screen when you're logged out and you're looking at your character screen, except that from here you can like uncheck Quartz, hit Reload UI, and the changes will take effect instead of you actually having to log out. Maybe it's like a lazy man's add-on, who knows? But this is called Add-on Control Panel. Very useful. A lot of people use it. A lot of people don't know about it. So that's that. That one's out of the way. What's next? Button facade. Okay. Some people ask me, Towelliee, how do your buttons look like this on your action bar? Well, there's button facade. Let's see if we could do button facade. Did I spell that right? Yes. Okay, so it's basically a different skin for your action bar. Which one am I using right now? I have no idea what I'm using right now. Button facade. Skin, Blizzard. There's so many to choose from. Right now, I think it's Blizzard. If I switch to Darien, you see how it got darker? I can switch it to Darien Blue. It's basically the way that your action bars are going to be like highlighted. Sometimes you can add a little gloss to it. You see how I did there? This one's called Dream Layout. See how it changed everything right there? Some people maybe like it to look like that. Zoomed. Now it looks a lot bigger. It's basically, yeah. I mean, I like using, I think I just had it on Blizzard. I don't know what I had it on, actually. I think I had a Darien. Yeah, mine's Darien. Skin, it was Darien. And you could put the colors, highlights. You can fuck with all those settings all you want. But I don't get too many questions about button facade, to be honest. I don't know. I just don't. So let's see. Flare up. I might have to actually queue for an instance to show you flare up. Let me queue and then leave. I'm going to be a nice little douchebag here. I mean, honestly, I'm actually doing these guys a favor. I'm getting them into queue, then I'm leaving. Let's see if my flare up shows. This is called flare up. Damn it, it's not here. Let me see if I could type in / flare up. Man, I'd have to actually go into a raid, I think, for it to work. Let me see. I'm going to quickly check if someone wants to go into a raid with me. And then I can maybe, I don't know. What's the nearest raid to this? Fucking A. See, this is what I have to do to help people out with add-ons every day. I mean, obviously, even after you people watch this video, I'm sure I'm still going to get questions about the easiest shit on earth. And people still won't take the time they want to, you know, go out and figure out a simple thing like, how do I find this add-on? Oh, tidy plates. How can I configure tidy plates? Well, maybe you type in /TP. I don't know. All right, let me see if someone can give me a quick invite here. And this, I'm sorry it's taking time, but this is what I got to do. This is what I got to do to show people. It's just what it is. And let's see, we got a long way to go here. Like, we're only at F. We're only at F. Let me see. Can someone please invite to group and set to raid? Now, if you're using the default UI, what's gonna happen? Ooh, little lag there. What's gonna happen is you're gonna have like all these options on the left side of your screen for your raid frames. Then you get to set markers down. You know how you get to set markers down? You know, like the new style markers they have. I'm going to show you exactly what's going on here. Let me say thank you because I don't even know who that is. Probably an alt of someone I know. Just doing some archaeology. Archaeology blows, by the way. Who the hell does archaeology nowadays? I know I don't. I did archaeology. I got to like level or rank whatever. Skill level 25, and I said, fuck this shit. I don't even need anything from archaeology. If archaeology actually had a tanking weapon, I'd be all over it. You know, like white on rice. I'd be all over that fucking shit. But since it's like so terrible, in my opinion, I was just like, no. Not going to do this at all. Alright, so hopefully this guy's not saved too. Oh, he's 84. He can't be saved to anything in Bastion of Twilight. I just have to show you this because this is what happens when you use something other than the Blizzard UI. You might not get the option anymore to set down markers, and this add-on is called Flare Up. And for me, it was all the way up here by my middle circle, and I don't know. It just like took me a long time to actually find an icon for it. I'm like, fuck, why can't I find it? All right, let's see. We're in Bastion of Twilight right here. Oh god, fucking loading screen. God damn it. There we go. Come on, show up. Still not show. Okay, hold on. Pass me lead. Pass me lead. Come on, pass me lead. Please, God, pass me lead. Ooh, excuse me. There it is. Little flag up here says World Markers Menu. So I click that, and now I have yellow, red, purple, green, blue. I have all these options. So I could just take blue. Oh, God, are you kidding me? Yeah, sometimes I'll get this message. Atlas loot has been blocked from an action only available to the Blizzard UI. I usually hit ignore, go add-ons, reload UI, and then it will work. So anytime you get any type of message like that where it's like, Blizzard doesn't like you using this add-on, say, fuck you, reload UI, and it works. So here we go. Let's try it again. Look at that. Nice. Beautiful. Awesome. Amazing. So awesome and cool. Look at that. You know, this is like for raid leaders if you want to be like, all right, DPS go here, you know, melee go here, healers stand here, tanks do nothing, and fucking hold aggro, and we're all good. Actually, I'm just going to stay right here and hang out while we do the rest of these. I like Bastion of the Twilight. All right, Gather Mate 2. Gather Mate 2 is the next add-on. I'm going to have to actually zone out here. Gather Mate basically shows you, let's see. Let's look at my map here. Now, if you look at my map, you're going to see all these nodes. These are all herb nodes. These are all Twilight Jasmine. At some point, some point or another, someone herbed in these specific locations. Now, once you actually get Gathermate, some people say, well, Towelliee, I just downloaded Gathermate, but I don't see any of the nodes people have downloaded. That's because you need to actually go into the add-on section, go to Gathermate, okay, go to Import, and you get to import whatever you want that other people have done in the game. So you go to Import, or Gathermate 2, Import, Gathermate 2 data, leave this as merge, check off herbalism, and just go to the bottom and hit Import Gathermate 2 data, and it will just fill your screen with all the possible nodes, or all the nodes that have been herbed by people who actually use this add-on. Very nice. I like it. That's Gathermate 2 data. Gladius. Can I actually see Gladius right now? Can I lock the frame? Can I show? Gladius is for arenas, basically. Show. No, it's not going to show me. Basically, Gladius just tells you who's on the other team once the doors open. It'll show you their spec, their HP, what debuffs they have on them, when they're sheeped, when they're hamstrung, all this other shit. It's very... you'd have to actually go to the Gladius add-on page and just read about it. I'd have to actually be in an arena match right now to show you how it works, and probably lose on purpose, but I don't think anyone is on that's on my arena team. Let me see. Arena team. Threes. No, nobody's on. Okay. Anyway, so next after Gladius is Mick Scrolling Combat Text. Oh my god, people are like, what is that? And that is simply this. Let's go down. I know, long video, right? But you know what? I'm going to do this. And every time I make a fucking post or I post a video, this will be the video response. It will be to this video. Okay? So let's say I heal myself. Okay. No, that wasn't healing myself. Where's something that could show healing? Okay, let's hit Holy Radiance. Okay, you see all this over here? How it's showing the combat text? Let's kill one of these assassins. You see on the right side is my damage done. Okay, the left side is damage taken plus healing. Okay, so people always ask me, Towelliee, what combat thing do you use? Blah 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 blah. Okay, so I'm gonna show you after I kill these guys. Jesus Christ, they stay fucking alive for way too long. Jeez, die. See what you guys made me do. See what you guys made me fucking do. Jesus Christ. And ooh, look at that. I love those Grand Crusader procs. Okay, so let's take a look at these settings. And to actually access Mick, we're going to go /MSBT space options. Okay, is that options? MSBT space maybe config. I'm troubleshooting here as I'm actually doing this. Okay, well, maybe not. What is it? God damn it. Go to interface, add-ons. Where are you? Mick Scrolling Battle Text. There we go. Okay, so you see what I did there? I just hit escape, went to interface, add-ons, Mick Scrolling Combat Text, hit this /MSBT button, and now we're in the settings. Okay, so let's move this over here so we have room, okay? Let's look at scroll areas. Now, people like to move around their scroll areas and shit, so let's hit configure scroll areas. So right here, this is where my outgoing damage is. This is where my incoming damage is. This is notifications. This is static. I don't like either of these two. This notifications tell you when your abilities are up, like after Divine Plea. It'll say, Divine Plea, you know, you just use Divine Plea. You just use Holy Shield. It's a fucking bunch of spam that I don't like, so I don't use it. Now, the cool thing is, let's see, you get to preview it. So you hit preview over here, okay? It shows you how it's going to come out. Let's say you want the animation style for incoming damage to be horizontal instead of straight. Let's see how that looks. Yep. You see on the left side there, incoming. Let's set it back. Let's set parabola, whatever that is. Yeah, it's kind of like circular motion. You see that? Angled. What's angled look like? Angled is not that bad, actually. Might switch to that. Static. There you go. It just kind of like pops it out for you. Bam, bam. But I just use normal straight. Straight's just, you know, comes at you. The ones that are standing out, that are like shaking, that's critical strikes. Anything that crits, it'll show like that. So that's basically, you know, that with mixed scrolling combat text or mixed scrolling battle text. You could go to the event section here, and let's say you want incoming damage. You don't want to see the melee hits on you. Uncheck it. Let's say you don't want to see melee parries. Uncheck it. There's so many options here. I haven't really actually myself gone because I have everything checked off right now. I would probably lag a lot less if I, you know, narrowed it down to shit that I only want to see. Outgoing. Let's say you want to see all your melee misses, your dodge, your parries, your blocks. Sometimes you don't want to see this. Sometimes you just want to see what you're hitting. So you might leave just melee hits, and that's it. Or skill hits. Skill hits are probably like, you know, Hammer of the Righteous, Shield of the Righteous. And, yeah. Crit heals. Shit like that. Cooldowns. Player cooldown. I don't have it enabled, though, to show my cooldowns. You can actually change the font. If you go to General, you go to Master Fonts. I could change. Mine right now is set to Weezer font. You could change it to all these different fonts. All right. The only thing I don't like is, does it show you the preview? Yeah, I just show you the preview. You actually click on it down here. Normal and crit. So that's mixed scrolling battle text. Okay, let's check that off the list. Oh man, we got a long line here. Next is Nug combo bar. People always ask me, Towelliee, what's your holy power add-on? Which is this right here. Let me hit Divine Please so I get 3. This right here. Towelliee, where do I get that? Blah blah blah. How do I move it? When I installed your UI, I couldn't see it. It was being blocked by something. How do I move it? Okay, plain and simple. Nug combo bar /NCB. Let's make sure that's it. Okay. /NCB unlock, and that's going to put a little red line to the left of it, and from here you can kind of like move it around. Damn it, now where was it? It was right here. And in order to get it back, just hit /NCB space lock. Very good. There we go. That's Nug combo bar. Okay, let's see. Omen. Okay, well, this is Omen here on the left. You can disable it and enable it through LUI. So let's do /Omen config. And here's Omen. Let's hit test mode. So here's the test mode. This is what it's going to look like while I'm playing. Let's unlock it. And there's so many options. With Omen, you have to look at it yourself. Like if you go to, let's see, bar settings, maybe you want to show TPS, show threat values, show threat percentage. It's like I like to show my actual threat, show my TPS and my percentage of threat over the next person. That's how I have it set. So maybe you like the same. Let's lock Omen, get off test mode. Okay. Omni CC. Whenever I use an ability and it shows the little number for a cooldown, let's hit consecrate here. G. You see the little 29-second cooldown there? That's Omni CC. Okay, there's not really much to configure with that. I don't touch it. If you use my UI, like I'll use War Stomp real quick. 2 minutes. It just basically shows you when your ability is going to come up next. Power auras. Okay. Look. Hey, Towelliee, what's the add-on when you spam a spell that makes it flash? I'll get to that in a second, but you're not actually watching this video until later, and then you'll figure it out. Interface. Add-ons. Power Aura Classic. So right now I have a few Power Auras. Okay, I have one to show my Sacred Duty. You can see there in the back. I can't move this. This sucks. I need to download that and move anything. I have my, let's see, let's test all of them. So right here, this is my Inquisition. This is my Sacred Duty. With Power Aura, you could do so much with Power Auras. You could set debuffs, buffs, anything to show like this. For instance, let's say I want to make a new Power Aura, okay? We're starting from scratch here. New Power Aura. I want to see a Power Aura for, let's see, let's think of what procs do I get or buffs did I get that I can make something here for. Avenging Wrath. Let's see if we can get wings working. Avenging Wrath. I type it here because in here you just type in the name of the buff, the exact name. I'm just gonna type in again here. Avenging Wrath. Hopefully I spelled it right because I'm fucking retarded. Now, what it's going to do, it's going to use own texture. Let's see if, use the debuff or ability texture instead. We'll do that. And let's see. Let's hit OK, or let's X out. And here it is. Let's see if it actually works. Hopefully it will. Let's pop wings. There it is. Avenging Wrath. It shows me that Avenging Wrath is up. Now you can add a timer to it, okay? So what you want to do is you go back, go to Interface, and you go to Power Auras Classic. Now, once you've established what Power Aura you want, go into the settings, okay? Let's hit Edit. And what you could do here now, swear to God, this is in my way. I am fucking pissed. You could position it. Right now, it's size 75%. Let's make it smaller. You see, you can small it, bigger. Oh, my God, I popped wings. Rawr. You know, make it small. Let's say you want to put it above your head. There's right here, position X, position Y. Position X, let's move it more to the right. Y-axis, let's move it up a little bit. And let's see. Let's look at the timer. Show hundredths of a second. Right now it's not showing the timer. Let's show the timer. There's the timer. It's way down here. So now we have to actually move the timer. God damn it. There we go. We want to move the timer to be right next to Avenging Wrath, which is kind of funky sometimes. It just doesn't work the way you want it to. Position. There we go. So we're going to put it there. Show hundredths of a second. We don't need hundredths of a second, do we? I know I don't. So let's move the timer to put more in the middle. Okay, this looks good. Now we have 43 seconds left. And there's other things you can do. You can make it glow. Some people like to make their own different icons. If I'm using any proc or ability, I want to see the actual icon for that ability, for that proc, for that debuff. Now, it's not just buffs you can do, guys. You go to activation here. You can do buffs, AoE debuffs, aggro, combo points, debuffs, equipment slots, health, mana. There's so much shit you can work around with in here. But let's wait another 10 seconds till wings pop. Let's X out of here. Let's hit OK. Now what's going to happen is once I have Avenging Wrath or my wings ready, I should be able to pop it and it'll tell me how many seconds are left on my wings. Is that important to people? I don't know, but I'm just doing this just to show you guys. Let's hit Avenging Wrath. And there it is. And right there's a little timer. You can't see the timer. I see right here has 16 seconds, 15, 14. It'll put the timer inside. And then after that, if you could do, you can make that timer probably darker, I'd assume. Let's see if we can make it darker real quick. Let's investigate this. Edit. Timer. Is there something? Use your own color. Timer texture. Let's see this. Let's make it blue. Make it red, pink. What stands out? Pink. Pink stands out. Let's see how pink looks. No, pink doesn't look too good. I can see in the background there. Anyway, that's Power Auras. Okay, so play around with that. If you have any questions, I don't know, ask somebody other than me, because I only know how to make the ones for tanking. So I'm going to take this one. I'm going to shift and then delete it. Or what is it? Control delete. There you go. And I'm good. That's Power Auras. Briefly there. Next is Quartz. Quartz is my cast bar. Let's do a cast here. Do I have anything that I can cast at the moment? Let's switch my flashlight. Shift F. Do you see this? There you go. I'm gonna keep doing it until I run out of mana. This is a cast bar. What it's gonna do is it's gonna show me what my target is actually casting. Right now I'm targeting myself. So easy enough. You do / quartz. Okay. Now when you do / quartz in here, there's so many options. You can see a cast bar for everything. Interrupts, GCDs, your focus target, range, your pet. All I want to see when I'm in a fight is I just want to see what my target is casting. So I hit target. I just got some LUA error there. I hit target and I hit lock, and that'll show me the bar. And from here, you could like move the bar wherever you want. I can enable, disable it, give me the height, the font, how big it is, how small it is. But people ask me all the time, Towelliee, what's the name of that cast bar mod? I can't find it. It's Quartz / Quartz. Let's lock it. Lock and load. We're good. There it is again. Because I targeted myself. Then you saw the bar. Beautiful. Okay, Rating Buster. People always ask this question too. When I'm comparing items, you see how when I hover over this item, these are my Boots of Sullen Rock. You see in parentheses, it says 152 damage, 152 heal, 151.8 spell power, mastery, blah, blah, blah. What Rating Buster does is it tells you in parentheses next to each statistic how much you're getting. Like right there, it says increases parry rating by 139. Now, that means 139 parry rating will give me 0.0 or 0.62 actual parry, all right, to my character screen. Oh, no, thanks for your help. Okay, if you look up by strength, it'll say plus 253 strength is 152 more damage, 152 more healing, where'd it go, and 151.8 spell power. It tells you what stats you get from what you have equipped. It's very handy if you want to know, like, right off the bat, boom, this much dodge rating is going to give me this much dodge on my character screen, etc. That's Rating Buster. Recount, if you don't know Recount, you're fucking retarded. This is Recount down here, /recount config. You can basically, I don't know if anyone actually edits Recount, but, I mean, I just click here and I see damage, DPS, friendly fire. Let's see, you say you want to know how much damage you took during the fight. It'll show you that. How much damage you did. Let's see. Let's show who did the most interrupts. Usually it's me in heroics because I'm, pro. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's Recount. Shadowed unit frames. These are my unit frames right here. Shows me my HP, my mana, target. Now, shadowed unit frames can be a bit tricky. All right. Shadowed unit frames. It takes a while to get used to. The first thing you see when you go to the options is the lock button. In order to move or anything, you hit unlock, and now you can actually move these, bars wherever you want. And there's the next section is called enabled units. Right now, I only want to see player, me, the target of target, which is right here in the middle, and my focus target. That's all I care about when I'm in a raid. I don't care about pet target, target of target, focus target. I don't care about that shit. Usually I'm focusing the boss, so I know who he's targeting at all times. It doesn't really matter to me. There's an arena option for it too. So once you actually pick what you want to see, like I have these 4 set up, I'll go to my unit configuration, which is in the next section. And let's say I want to edit player. This is me, the player. Enable portrait. Disabled. Enabled. Let's say I want to see, there's so many options here. You just got to look through it. Another one is like Towelliee. How do I make my shadow unit frame show me holy power? You go under bar. There should be like an enable holy power option somewhere around this motherfucker. Where is it? Is it under general? Enable holy power. And now there you go. There's 3 little holy power points, little dots. They're really small. They have a bunch of holy power options for this here. But this is shadow unit frames. That's how you move it around. That's how you enable what you want to see. You can make the scale, the height, the width. Just set it to however you like. It's very simple. That's shadow unit frames. Those are my unit frames. Okay, lock unit frames. Snowfall key press. I love this add-on. Okay, so in reality, this is how it works. When you press a button for any keybind, okay, the way Blizzard wants the way that Blizzard wants your UI to react is that you press the button. Like right now, look, let me disable it first. Let me disable that add-on. Where's shadowed unit snowfall key press? Snowfall key press. Uncheck. I'm gonna hit reload UI. This is probably one of my favorite UIs, or excuse me, add-ons ever. Okay, so I'm gonna hit consecrate. Right, I'm gonna press the button. You're gonna see the animation. I'm gonna press it. I have it pressed right now. Okay, but as you can see, I pressed the button, but the ability does not go off until I let go of the button. So here we go. I'm gonna let go of the button. There goes consecrate. Right. Let's look at War Stomp, which is X. I'm going to press X and not let go of the button. Press X. It hasn't gone off yet. Why? Because Blizzard will only register your ability to go off once you let go of the button. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to let go. And War Stomp goes off. Now let's re-enable Snowfall Key Press, okay? Let's go Snowfall key press. Snowfall, where is it? Snowfall key press. Reload UI. And let's see if it works now. The way I want it to work, of course. Now, what Snowfall key press does is it activates the abilities you have as you press the button. So now I'm going to press consecrate. Oh, I haven't enabled it yet. I'm sorry. Add-on. No. Interface. Snowfall key press. I hit reset the default. So now, let's see. What can I hit here? I'm going to hit Holy Wrath. Now, when I press Holy Wrath, it's just going to go off, whether I press it or let go. Here we go. I'm going to press the button. Holy Wrath goes off. But I still have my finger held down on a button. So what this does is Snowfall key press allows you to activate your abilities upon the pressing of the key, not the letting go of the key. And this kind of helps with cooldowns, shield walls, shit that are not on a GCD that you want to hit really quick without having to let go of the button. That's what Snowfall key press is for. It's very nice. I like it. Bartender 4, I think, has its own option for it. It's really nice. Towelliee, what nameplates do you use? Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, God. I'm going to stretch out here. It's been a long one. All right, let's look at this Twilight Vindicator. I'm going to bring him over here. Come here. As you can see, this is my nameplate, okay? Did he just fucking Divine Storm? HOJ this fucker. Now, let's zoom in here, okay, on this guy. Now, Tidy Plates, there's two add-ons. There's Tidy Plates, then there's Tidy Plates Threat Plates. You need both of them, okay? Now, Tidy Plate Threat Plate shows you a full green bar when you have aggro on a target, okay? If you don't have aggro on a target, it looks like this guy back here, this Dark Assassin. You see how he's red? That means you don't have aggro on that target. But if I were to maybe hit him with Avenger Shield, I have aggro on him now. So now let's look at other things. What else can Tidy Plates do that are really cool that people ask me about? Let me hit this let me hit this Assassin with Avenger Shield. As you can see here, it put a little bar above their head, or whatever debuffs you have, it will put it on whatever you're targeting. So right now it tells me that I'm gonna die right here for a second. Hold on. Not cool. War Stomp. Yeah. Take that. A little bam. Word of Glory. Okay, I'm getting too into it. Now you see here, Vindication has 23 seconds left. If I hit him with HOJ, it shows you how much time is left on your hammer. 1 second. If I judge him, it'll show you everything of my abilities that a judgment does. You have your Seal of Truth dot. You have your Judgment of the Just. You have your Vindication. And it shows you how much time is left. I don't know why this one is so small. The text is really small right now, actually. I don't know why, but anyway. A lot of people ask me, Towelliee, how do you see how many seconds are left on a target with your nameplates? And that's what it is. In order to actually modify Tidy Plate Threat Plates, you go to the Options interface, Tidy Plate Threat Plates, and I'm not going to go through all these options. I'm going to go over the big one people ask me about, which is Debuff Widget. Go to Debuff Widget, copy these settings, enable Debuff Widget, mode Blacklist, and that will show you, you can blacklist different debuffs that you don't want to be shown on top of the actual target that you're tanking, but I just leave it alone because I like to see everything of my debuffs on the target so I know how to react. For instance, when I HOJ a target, I'll know that after 6 seconds, it'll say 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then I'll know maybe in arenas, a HOJ is going to be down in 3 seconds. After I see my HOJ icon disappear from their nameplate, boom, Avenger Shield, you know? After I see Avenger Shield go off, boom, War Stomp, and it'll show me how much time is left on War Stomp. Pretty simple, not hard at all. Tidy Plates is an amazing nameplate, especially if you're AoE tanking. You could be tanking 20 mobs. Doesn't matter who you're targeting, it'll show you if you lose aggro on any one of them with a big red bar like you see everyone else when you don't have aggro on them. Vengeance status bar. That's this right here. This is Vengeance status bar. Basically, it's you know how you get vengeance during a fight. This will tell you how much percent of vengeance you have. Like right now, the highest possible attack power I can gain through vengeance based on my HP is 12,572. So once the bar fills up, I'll have 12,572. If it's only 50%, it'll say 6,100 whatever, you know? So it'll give you, you know, second by second statistics on how much vengeance you have, how much attack power you have through vengeance at the moment. Then we have Voodoo, which is my raid frames down here. Voodoo is very nice. All right, I'm back now. That was a doorbell. Had to go answer that. Someone was at the door. It's amazing what happens while you're in the middle of a video. All right, Voodoo. This is Voodoo down here. Okay, this is my raid frames. This is the icon for it. It looks like a little Draenei. I'm going to move it up here. I go to move, and it'll show me how my Voodoo is going to look in a 25-man raid test. Hold the button down, and that's basically how it looks like. Okay, now Voodoo has way too many options. I apologize, but I cannot go over all of them. What I can go over very briefly is my own spells that I have set. So if I go to spells, this tab here, it'll tell me what my left button does when I click on anyone in my raid. So let's see. Let me give myself 3 holy combo points. Now, according to this, when I right click anyone in the grid, it will shoot off Word of Glory. Let's see if that's true. Right click, Word of Glory. There we go. Let's see. What's shift? If I shift left click anyone, I should bot myself Hand of Protection. Let's see. Shift left click anyone in the raid. Bam. Right button, shift right click should be Hand of Freedom. Let's check it out. Hand of Freedom. Perfect. So basically you can set it so that, any combination of buttons does an ability to whoever you insert whatever, shift, control, nothing, click anyone in the raid frame. That's very useful in my opinion. But this is how I have it set up. Awesome. I love Voodoo. And basically that covers the add-ons that I have. Now, let's briefly go over LUI. All right, LUI is based off of the foundation of Louis. It's not really LUI. It's called Louis interface, and Louis user interface. You go to wow-lui.com if you want to get the actual foundation, which has Pitbull and a bunch of other add-ons that I had to take out on my own. All this on the outside here is basically LUI. All this framework, all these KG panel style shits back here. This is all LUI. And it's all very operational. It's all based on just functions, okay? Let's say I don't want to see any of this down here. I hate this middle button. Let's say I only want to see my chat. This controls the chat. This controls my omen. This controls my recount. And this one controls my raids. Let's say I'm in a BG and I don't want to see my omen, because who cares about threat in a BG, right? Get rid of that. Who cares about your DPS in a BG? Get rid of that. I mean, I know I don't. Get rid of that. So now all I have left is just chat and my raid frames. Fine. You can enable it. The biggest question I get, oh my god, Towelliee, where's the fucking mini-map? You see these little buttons up here, folks? This is where the damn mini-map is. This right button here controls the mini-map. Disappears, reappears. This one controls these options here. This is basically your micro menu. Spellbook, talents, achievements, quest log, guild friends, whatever. You can get rid of this just by hitting this button right here. It'll get rid of it. Bring it back down. Now, there's many options with LUI. Now, people ask me, how do I set LUI options? Well, you see this little screw up here? LUI options. Hit it. Bam, here you go. Now, LUI comes with its own modules. By that, folks, I mean that it comes with its own nameplate, its own tooltips, its own cooldowns, its own auras, mini-map, chat, bags. You can all enable and disable this, however you want. See, nameplates I have disabled because I don't want to use LUI's nameplates. I want to use my tidy plate, so I had to disable it. Tooltip. I didn't want to use their tooltip. I wanted to use my tooltip, so I disabled it. Cooldowns. Cooldowns is right here. You see the 30-second timer right here for OmniCC? I had to disable cooldowns so I can see only OmniCC and not their version of OmniCC. And there's so many other options. Go to colors. Let's say I want this to be a Paladin theme. I'm going to go to Paladin. And now it's pink. Let's go to Rogue. Now it's yellow. Let's go to Death Knight. Now it's all red. But I chose Orange Marmalade because I like the look. It's very, dark. It's clear cut. I don't like the whole class specific thing. But if you want, you can also just head to frames and you can set every single little frame here whatever color you want. The panels, the bars, the micro menu, miscellaneous shit, the chat box. You can actually set all these colors however you want differently. Now let's look at bars. Bars are basically, let's see, the right side bar, which is this right here. If I hit enable or disable that right bar, this should get deleted, but I don't want to do that, so I'm going to hit cancel. Leave it enabled. Cancel. Leave it there. There's one on the left side here that you can enable. Let's accept. And people didn't even know that there's a left one. I really don't like the left one. I kind of like only having one. I don't like too much clutter. So let's see. See, now there's one on the left and one on the right. So I go to LUI options. I go to bars, left bar, disable. And when we load back, it'll probably give me an error, but I should not see the left bar anymore. Hopefully. Let's see. Okay, there you go. Perfect. So go back to LUI. That's bars. Let's go over auras. Auras are all these buffs up here. I can make them bigger or smaller. My debuffs, buffs, your chat, the font you want to use, the font size, Weezer font. Like right now, look at the bottom left. I can make my chat, whoa, way big or way small. It's set to 14 for me. You can set the here it gives you a preview of what it's going to look like for each one that you use. I might actually change mine soon because I'm getting a little tired of Weezer font. Bags, there's no bag options. There's a mini map option. There's no nameplate cooldowns options. Info text is all this up here. People say, Towelliee, how do I see my guildmates? How do I see my DPS, my friends, my frames per second? It's all handled in the info text section. Okay, let's say I want to see my gold. Right now I have it disabled. I enable it. Now I'm not going to reload UI. Fucking annoying. But anything you want to enable or disable from the text up here is done through info text. And that's pretty much it. That's basically my UI. And I'm trying to think right now of how many other questions you guys have fucking asked me in the past. This is just the way my UI works. This is how I have it configured. This is how you do some of the settings. Now, I'm not going to go over how to actually install the UI because I already have a video on how to install it. Right, if you're having troubles installing the UI, go to wowinterface.com, look up tank compilations. My UI is the #1 downloaded tank UI on WoW Interface. So go there and ask a question if you're having trouble with the install, okay? Reminder, this is only for sizes 1920 by 1080. Towelliee, why is it that your UI doesn't fit my 1620 by whatever? Well, that's because you don't have my resolution. If you don't have my resolution, you're probably going to have issues. And I apologize for that. I'm not going to do anything about it. I'm not going to make different size. I call it UI packs for different people with different resolution sizes. I just don't have the time. I don't want to do it. I mean, I probably do have the time. I just don't want to do it. There you go. Better said. Other than that, I'm trying to think what else, man. I could open my email right now and look at everything someone has asked me. I've gone over, let's see, scrolling combat text was basically one of the main ones. Nug combo bar went over that. Power auras went over that. Quartz, recount, shadow unit frames, a little briefly into that. Tidy plates. I think that's pretty much it. I mean, any other questions you have, I don't care. I'm gonna make a video response to every video I have from here on out with this video that you're watching right now. But any other questions, comments, just leave them here. This has been Towelliee with TGN, twitter.com/TowelTheTank, facebook.com/TowelTheTank, wow.tgn.com. Sign up on the forums, post. I'm trying my best to keep it updated as much as possible or to actually be active and post. But I'm doing so many videos. Like this one's going to be like an hour long. Also, holyshield.com. I've actually been updating it lately. So if you guys want to go over there, post some comments, see what you think. That's about it. Schedule for this week is probably more PvP videos, more heroic videos, more rating videos, more a little bit of everything about Towelliee. So once again, Towelliee with TGN. This has been my review of my own UI, different aspects of my UI and how they work, etc., etc. Peace out.